Alright, which way should we go? I can tell you right now that going the green direction is not the way to go, but I'll show you why. So yeah, the green path is blocked by these gates, and 2 of them are open. Curiously, I wonder why. Also, there's this going on, but I'm not going to talk about what this is because I already know, but I think it's fun for people to think about that kind of stuff for themselves. And I know through like talking about it with the developer, so it's not quite as fun as me like having... I mean, in fact, I think my conversation with the developer is what caused that to be put in. So, yeah. So it seems silly for me to talk about it and spoil the actual like moment of realization for other people. However, if you're watching this far, I guess you've already played the game, right? Right, let's do blue direction first, since it opens, since the laser gets there first. New music. In fact, that room also had its own music. Let's do this. Oh, let's not do that. I thought they were toggleable. They are not toggleable. And we hit. Not that one. Diagonal one. Oh yeah, okay, there's that interesting rule. I wonder why that's put in. Is it just to prevent certain solutions, or is there like a implementation reason why those can't be adjacent to each other? I never really thought about it, just accepted that it's true. Okay, so that one. Okay, so there's different prisms that reflect in different directions, and because we've got blue light here, it's not gonna split out in different colors, it's only gonna split out into blue. And these prisms with the diagonal arrows pointing out, I guess, like the triangles, will make the beam go diagonal relative to the beam coming in. So here I'm using one that's got the orthogonal triangles on it, and so a diagonal beam stays diagonal because it just goes in a 90-degree angle. And so I want to do that again here, so that's that one. And then we want to go from diagonal to the cardinal direction to go this way. I guess cardinal is the better word to describe it, like staying on the grid line, because orthogonal just generally means like at 90-degree angles, and diagonal lines are orthogonal to each other. Whereas cardinal, I guess, means in north, east, south, west directions, which more, I mean, I guess we don't know which way's north, but we can kind of assume that this way's north. Anyway, so we have to get to here. Oh, and this is our first sighting of the X pulses, which are interesting. But we just want to avoid them here. We don't want to crash into them. So we are going this way. No. Yes. Do we just want to reflect down and then like this? Does that go through? And then here? There we go. There we go. All right. Well, blue is actually, I'm now a little bit scared that I've chosen blue first, because blue is the one that changed a lot between the first couple of times I played it and then when I played the feature complete version. And there's some really scary bits in this path. Okay. What am I doing? I guess just getting you out of the way. Yeah. I believe we come back later with something else. Oh, right, yeah. That's why that little space is up there. I do like how every room has its own little trick that you have to deal with. Never feels like it's repeating itself. So this is going to be a case of just like getting it back on track to hit the door like this. The U4. Oh, you're to take it through to the other side. Yes, alright, we'll put you there for now. In fact, that's that bit done, okay, because this is coming in here, but we can't really do anything in here yet. Except this. But we can't put that in front of that beam. Because it's all covered in the diagonal line thing. Yes. Words. Okay. So now we do this, make the X's hit each other, and open this door with X's. So X's are like, they're like any of the other pulses, but when they combine with any color, they become an X still. Which obviously doesn't, you could think of it as black light, but there's no, like, black light isn't a thing. At least, like, not actual black light. Black is the color we perceive from the absence of light. And so there's no such thing as like a black photon or whatever. So you can't really think of these as photons. But whatever, it's not light. It's not a light reflecting game, despite what they want you to think. It's all a lie. Okay. We've got white, we want yellow, and we want blue. Okay, so if we split white, oh, we can't move that one. The very fact that that's pointing that way makes me go, I probably have to toggle it this way. So I'm gonna do that. I can't remember how this is meant to be laid out. At some point we want to split, and it's gonna split into red, green, and blue. We need to recombine the red and the green. We need to get blue over there. So why don't we reflect this around to a point where, let's do it down here, where we can get blue to just go straight to its door. Then, oh, okay, so then red's going there. I might have this. Well, they will hit each other, yes. Oh, I don't have this. I have that way, but I also need that way simultaneously, I believe. We could go this way and just find out what happens. Okay, this room I remember the solution for because I was in the Discord for the game and somebody asked about it and I was like, I can't quite remember what the solution was to that, and I looked it up to answer to give a hint about this puzzle. So I guess it's actually, I think I got stuck here a lot when doing it the first time. But actually, if you think about it, there's a logical way to come to the right conclusion about what you have to do here, because we have exactly one prism, which is going to split things like this. It doesn't go diagonally at all, because it's an orthogonal prism, and we're currently on the cardinal direction. So the only way we can go diagonal is by hitting beams into each other, which we can do. And we need to combine colors to get cyan to go to the next door. So we're definitely combining green and blue. The problem is that we then need to end up going on the cardinal direction again. And so we'd have to get this blue somehow to hit this. I think I've actually just set this up correctly. No, I have not. Right, yes, because there's the reason for all these other mirrors. So the problem obviously with getting this to hit this beam now is that this row is entirely covered by no place spaces. So the only thing we can do is combine on this row. But we want to end up orthogonal. And so the trick, I can see why, I think this is like a little bit of a difficulty spike for some people. Because this is the first time we're being asked to do this move, I believe, where we're combining three things at the same time, and because it's three at the same time, we don't end up on the diagonal direction. We're already cardinal. We stay cardinal. Because one of them knocks it diagonal, the other one knocks it back, and we're back on the orthogonal direction. Alright, so we have a magenta coming in and a cyan over there. Right, and there's this mirror, which is probably going to go that way, because the other way looks... no. Could go either way, but then there's also this mirror here, so that does imply that. Also the fact that it's a toggleable one and was set the other direction. It's almost... I'm probably going to be wrong, but it almost feels like I could just treat a toggleable fixed position mirror as a fixed mirror, just in the opposite orientation. That's probably not always true, but it's probably not going to be true here, is it? Anyway, so you definitely have to go somewhere else. So at the very least, we're reflecting you, or prisming you. In fact, we are prisming you. So we've got to do that. And then what? Why do we have a flip mirror? Oh, do we end up combining these into one stream? I don't remember this puzzle at all. Yes, and then you go down there. That's why... No, this is not a thing. What am I doing? Oh yes, I do want this. I just don't want... I want them to be the other way around. So I pick that up and drop it down. So now blue's going this way. Yeah, okay. So we're combining the red and the blue streams. And then getting the red back out of it with this toggle, this like auto toggle mirror. It's pretty cool. I also like, I appreciate how on one side we have cyan coming in, a secondary color, and we're splitting it into the blue, and green's going up there, and then we have magenta over here and splitting it this way. Nice symmetry to the puzzle. Okay, so we have that. What happened to this one? Did I break it? Oh, I did, because I broke this room. Whoops. So can I just shuffle this down one? Now they'll get through? Yeah, they'll get through, cool. Now everything shuts down because I broke everything. That's still going to collide, so we still need to sort you out. How? Yeah, how? This looks pretty good, and I can't do this reflection on this row. I could shovel this down by one, but then that'd be there, and green would be on the wrong column. And that's what I'm doing here is wrong with just like firing blue off that direction. I could do it here. You there. Is it meant to be this tight? Or they don't hit each other anymore because I've shortened this distance by 2. That can't shuffle over. That is shortening the distance. They now collide. But blue's probably still going to go there. Oh, now the red and the white collides, okay. And the blue still hits that. Right. Something different needs to happen. It's quite possible I don't just immediately send blue out that way. But instead, like, send red up. But then I'd have to get blue around 3 corners. That's very unlikely. I need mirrors to combine the red and the green together. No, I feel like sticking with the idea of making blue go that way. I very much feel like sticking with that. But then it's how to... Okay, what would make blue be a different synchronization? Oh. Oh. Classic, there's a mirror that needs to be toggled. But which way was that toggled when I came in? Did I come in and like toggle it just out of what's the word I'm thinking of? That word. Yeah, that word. out of habit, I guess. Okay, we're in here. That should come back through in a second. Yes, it's here. Now we... Oh, so this is a rotatable and movable thing. I got the wrong place, that one. There we go. And we get through here. Oh, when does the scary bit come? Ooh. There's the glitch blob. Right, so dodge the X's. Why are you there? Are you there for a good reason or not? Probably not. Well, okay, that's problematic. I don't want X to go there. Do I? But quite possibly you get swapped out for that, or I don't know. So let's just try and get... We've got to get blue to not hit that first. And we can't stop that X, so in either of these two places we are reflecting down. If we reflect down, yeah, we dodge stuff. And if we reflect that way, do we still dodge stuff? Yes, we do. We've got a lot of mirrors, so something else happens here. But what? Does this dodge? Yes. Oh, can I like interlace? No, because then they combine. Right. Well, it's possible we go up and then... We need to get X out of the way. Right, so there does have to be something here getting X to go a different direction. Oh gosh. You stop, 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 stop. Ah! And if I do that, do they combine? It looks like yes, yes they will. So if I can just get blue out of sync, we're good. I feel like I need to have used a mirror slightly differently. Duh, duh, duh. I need one going this way. I don't have one going that way. They're both being used over here. Maybe I should have gone up and over. I feel like the timing works out the same, right? Because it's symmetrical that direction. Because then I can use those direction ones instead. And then I can have you go down and then do this up here. There we go. Neat. This is cool. Okay, so like playing through this a second time, I feel like my answers are more logically deduced than they were the first time through. Like there was some amount of it, but there's also more experimentation, whereas I feel like I'm more... I guess it's from having been through it a few times. I've got the knowledge from like later parts of the game, and that's useful. Just like the way of thinking about it. It's not even knowledge, it's just like technique. Alright, so we want white, so we want the yellow to combine with the blue. But we can't reflect the yellow around, because if you put mirrors in front of that, it doesn't do anything unless you do... oh, I can't rotate any of these anyway, so... Yep, they're all good to do that. So I have to... And I can't do anything to blue, so I have to get yellow to hit blue in that space. So I just need to change the timing. How does that work? So I can increase the length... Right, because that's taking a diagonal path, it's basically doing two moves in one. So I can change the length by having these hit each other in a different place. I'm not sure if I've calculated that correctly though. I've not, so one more. Yes, there we go. Neat. Oh yeah, there's a hint system, but I didn't use it when I played it before, so I'll try not to use it again. Although from what I've seen, because I've watched, after recording the first parts, I watched a couple of people playing it on Twitch, and the hint system seems like a very good addition to the game. I guess in the past I've always questioned whether hint systems are, whether they kind of ruin puzzle games or if they diminish the point of the puzzle game in some way. But then if you just watch somebody play it who like people who get like more easily frustrated or get stuck and just want to give up, just having that hint system there just makes it a nicer experience for them, and there's not really any downside for the people who don't want the hint system because you can just not click it, so it's pretty good. Also, the way this hint system works is it doesn't just give you what you're supposed to do, it tells you the position that something should go, and then you still got to figure out why does something have to go there, which is really neat. Okay, so we've got to dodge the, we want just magenta. Just magenta. So we're going to start off, these are all diagonal ones. Right, okay. Because they're diagonal, it splits out like this. So we can just grab the red and the blue, which is good because that's what we need for magenta. We want them both to dodge the X's and we want to rejoin them again. Oh, yes, okay, perfect. I thought I was going to need another prism here for some reason, but no, that's it. Now we have magenta. Fun fact about magenta is that there's no wavelength of light that represents magenta, i.e. magenta won't appear in a rainbow. Because it requires stimulating the long and short wavelength cones in your eye, which can't be done with a single wavelength, because that would stimulate, if you had something that stimulated both the long and short wavelengths, you'd also end up stimulating the medium wavelength cones as well, so you'd get a different color. And so, which is why, in order to get magenta, you have to have some source of light that is giving you both high and low wavelength light without the medium wavelength light. So you can only get that color by combining multiple lights. Which is also why it doesn't make sense to define color as a property of light, because there are colors we can see that you cannot represent with individual. I guess you can always define it in terms of a combination of light, although that's also not quite true, because sure, you can send red and blue light into your eye and you'll see magenta, but even after light gets into your eye, there's like stuff that your brain does to change what color you perceive, which is why the whole blue black dress, white gold dress thing is a thing, because different people's brains infer different contexts about that photo. I don't know if you've seen the photo, but just look it up. Blue black dress. Some people will see it as blue black dress, some people will see it as white and gold, because your brain adds in context, which makes you see the colors completely differently, and it's super weird. Especially because I at one time managed to see the white gold colors, whereas normally I see blue and black. And basically I saw the white gold colors, I was like, oh, that's a different picture to the one before. Looked away, looked back, and it was blue black. And I was like, this is just a prank, right? That's a different picture. Turns out no, it was the same picture, just legitimately in my head, the colors were different. So yeah, defining light in terms of, defining colors in terms of light is a mistake. And this is also the reason why black is a color. Sure, there's no black light, but black is a color, because color is just the perception that we have in our visual cortex. And black is a kind of perception that you can have, like I am perceiving black here, or close to black, I guess. And the only answer for what a color really is what philosophy would call a qualia. but that's just sort of a nice like easy way of just going, it's a thing you perceive. I'm sort of just going on autopilot here. Are we doing the right thing? No. You go there, and then we catch you here. Yes. Anyway, yes, magenta is not, there is no wavelength of light that is magenta. Similarly, wow, I don't know how long I'm going to go on this tangent, but similarly, if you, I mean, there's lots of colours that don't have a particular wavelength of light because they also depend on other things. Like, for example, like brown isn't in a rainbow because brown is actually just dark orange or like dark reddish orange. But you can think of that as a property of light as just being like low levels of light. But you can do an experiment where you put, if you put like an orange square on a black background, it will look orange. But if you put that same orange square, exactly the same color, on a white background, it will look brown. So that's another way you can see how your brain changes the color you see based on context. Colors are fascinating, and just like the psychology of how we perceive them it's wild. I mean, the same is true for our other senses, but it's much more noticeable and like vividly weird with visual stuff. Like as a audio example, there's the McGurk effect, where you, that's a weird one because that's a combination of both audio and visual, and shows that what you hear is affected by what you see, which is pretty neat. Anyway, oh my gosh, I'm rambling about stuff. What am I doing? Okay, I need to get magenta here. We've got red and blue. Let's get red and blue to there. How's this going to work? We've got 2 reds and 2 blues. So we want to get the blue and the blue to hit each other and go in diagonally here and go to there, and the same with the reds. Is this symmetrical? Yes. This is symmetrical, so we can do the same thing on both sides, right? So let's just think about it on the blue side first. So we want a diagonal along there. So did we want you to come around and hit here? How's this going to work? What's this not work? Are these going to collide? No, they don't collide. Maybe that's a good place to put that. There. And that gets through. Okay. I remember this being more difficult. Maybe I just got better at the game, or maybe I'm wrong. No, we're good. We have magenta again. Just move you out the way. Oh no, that's on a different row. So do that, and then that. We'll obviously be back here soon. And obviously we can just go this way as well. Oh, right, and that just suddenly ends. That's fun. Like in the other places, there would always be a little space that it goes into, but nope, that gate just goes nowhere. Wait, so we want to actually do something in that room though, which is bring out the green. How do I do that? I don't have the right mirrors. Oh, I can probably do something where they hit each other? No. I can make them hit each other, but not where I need them to. Wait, am I being silly here? Those are movable. Maybe I use that somehow. Yes. You go up there. In fact, you just get blocked. That's fine by me. Neat. Now we want cyan. Okay, so cyan, we need green and blue. So we need to get the blue out of this magenta. This is a fun one, because this teaches about this thing, where we end up with like a generator. Oh, they're going to cancel. Ooh. So just send one. There we go. Now we have a generator of green. So now if we get blue in there at the same time, we'll have a generator of cyan. Is that what I want to do? I think so. Or do I just combine... Oh, the problem is I can't split out the blue from the magenta without going straight into that first. Okay, let's do that first. You stop. I like how that works as like a off-on switch for the generator. So that should put blue in there. Yes, cool. So we have blue in there. Right, okay, and it's all, the rest of it's all set up. Okay. Neat. Will these dodge each other? No. Do we need the magenta still set up, even? No, because it just goes there. Screw the magenta. We don't need you. Oh, we do, because we need white, right. No. Probably should send you up that way, and then get you to hit you at the right time. Can we make them hit on the thing? No, because I need it to go diagonal. I also don't know if that works. Like if they land on the gate at the same time, does that count as a white? Maybe. You go up that way. No. Hold on. Well, if we send you through and make you hit cyan, we can't. We have to do it on the other side. We have to do it on the other side. So we send you up like that, and then you... Okay, this is easier than I'm making it, I think. That's the wrong... Oh, no. That's not going to shift it. That is also not going to shift it. This will shift it. This is probably in the wrong space. Yes, here. Oh, no, other way. Okay. No, we were 2 away. Okay. All right. Saving. Also, we power up a thing. Yay. Wonderful. Now comes the hard part. Or soon comes the hard part, I can't remember. This looks so cool. Yay. Neat. Okay, let's continue.